How are y'all doing out there today? So I left you last week. We was talking about man and woman. They were in this garden. Everything was provided for them. They had to do nothing. The fruits and berries just grew. They didn't have to weed them. They didn't have to water them. They had no responsibility. They had no death. They had no happiness because there's no sorrow. There was no opposition in anything. And if they did not transgress the law, then that's the way they would be for eternity. This great big earth that they had been put on would still be a great big earth that would have nobody on it, because to have children they had to transgress the laws. Children would come from mortal parents, and man and woman were immortal at this state. Remember I talked about good? Yeah. Man and woman was good. Okay? And there was a guy called Guy. He was bad. Remember in the old days, the old cowboy days, when the cowboy, you could tell a good guy from a bad guy, because bad guys wore black hats. And good guys wore white hats. When the good guy came riding into town, everybody would just keep walking. Hi, Joe. Hello, Joe. How you doing? How's the kids today? Yeah, nobody was scared of the good guy. He had his 6-gun on his side. He might even had his rifle in a scabbard on his shoulder of his horse. But he only used them for protection, or for killing a wild pig, or maybe a deer for food for his family. But he never used them to hurt anybody. That was the good guy, and everybody knew he was a good guy because he wore a white hat. Now, the bad guy. There's some bad guys out there. And in the cowboy shows of old, they used to wear a black hat. When the black hat guy came down the street, he looked mean. He carried his 6 guns and maybe a 6-gun here, and he might have had them strapped across him. He might have had a couple of 6 guns here, and he had his rifle in a scabbard on his horse's shoulder. But his 6 guns was used to hurt people. Yeah, he used them to help kill a wild animal or something so he'd have something to eat. But he used them maybe like a bully to show he was the big guy. But anyway, back in the old days, the bad guy wore black hats. Today, it's not quite that easy to decide who the bad guy is or the good guy is. Now, this can also go for women, so we're not, ladies, I'm not leaving you out of this. Some of you are. There's good and bad in all of us. But anyway, man and woman were good. They would walk and talk with their father. Their father had put them there. But the bad guy, we called him Guy, because that's what man and woman called him, was Guy. Guy was the bad guy. Yeah, Guy was the bad guy. Guy was deceiving. He knew how to lie because he couldn't tell the truth. Lies was part of his personality. Anyway, hey, woman. Yeah, guy. Hey, woman. Fruit of this tree over here. Yeah, yeah, over here. Come on, come on. A little fruit of this tree over here. Guy, I can't get that fruit of that tree. Father told me I can't partake of that fruit. Oh, forget what Father says. He doesn't know what he's talking about anyway. Here, come get some of this fruit. No, no, guy. I am not going to get any of that fruit. It's sure good. Here, I'll tell you what. I'll make it simple for you. The guy jumps over the fence that was surrounding the tree. This big fence. Maybe a real, real big fence. The guy jumped over it. Plucked the fruit off the tree. Jumped back across the fence. Hey, woman, here's some of this fruit. It is delicious. This is sweet and sour peach. Yeah. Woman was thinking for a while. What should I do? I was told not to eat of that fruit. But woman, now guy has to convince her a little bit here. Woman, you will have no babies if you don't partake of this fruit. No babies. Oh, that internal instinct of the woman was to have babies. She loved babies, but she couldn't have any babies. Ah, what a decision to make. To disobey Father or to have babies. Oh, life will be so sweet, said Guy. Everything will just be hunky-dory in your life. Woman thought some more. Well, maybe Guy's right. Maybe I should. Guy, give me that fruit. That was such a delicious, sweet, and sour peach. Oh, I feel something. Something's changing. Oh, I feel pain. I feel emotions. What's this? I've never heard of the word emotion. I'm feeling. Guy, are you really telling me the truth? I got you this time, and I will get you again, and I'll get you again, because you are going to keep listening to me, and you'll forget all about Father. Now, are we going further? Man, he's over there playing with the fishes. Okay? Why don't you go over and take this fruit with you and show him that you've ate of it. Convince him that he needs to. Oh, I'm not sure if my man will ever do that. But you've got to, because you're going to be all by your little lonesome forever on this great big earth with just me and you. I can't have just Guy here. Guy is not like man. Guy is not nice. I can see you, Guy. You are really not so nice. Ha, ha, ha. Okay, I will. So, woman goes over and talks to man. Hey, man, boy, this fruit is good. Woman, is that the fruit off that tree over there? Yeah, Guy. A woman, man, we'll get him here. Okay, but how'd you get it? Well, I was talking to a guy just a little while ago, and he went and jumped over the fence. Well, that's a big fence. Yeah, but you have to see how Guy does it. He just jumps over the fence. Yeah. Yeah, he can just jump over the fence. Bad guys jump over the fence. Yeah. Maybe I should be taking bad guy hat off, right? Okay. And he got this sweet and sour peach for me. Woman, I can't eat that peach. Well, why not? Tell me one reason you can't eat that peach. Well, the biggest reason is, okay, we'll get the good guy head on here, right? Because man was still good. The reason I can't is because I promised Father. And I make promises, and when I make promises, I live up to my promises. You know that Guy lies all the time, and you can't believe anything Guy says. Well, I kind of do, but he says I could have children. You can have what? Yeah, I can have children if I eat of this sweet and sour peach, and I have eaten of this sweet and sour peach, and now I can have children. But woman, you're going to get booted out of the garden. And you don't know what's outside the garden. Yeah. But Guy says it's really great. It is really a great life. He will really enjoy that life. No responsibility. No lying guys. No lying guys. Man said, woman. But I see. So, man takes the peach from woman. He eats it down. It is good. I will have to admit, it is good. Oh, my stomach hurts. Look at my body. I'm starting to get marks, wrinkles. I'm aging. Woman, do you realize what you've done to us? Yes. I understand. I can now have a baby. Is that all you ever think of, is having babies? Well, right now, because I don't want to be the only woman on the earth forever. Because I'd like to have some daughters. I'd like to have some sons too, but I'd love to have some daughters. I see you're changing already. So anyway, life goes on. Man and woman gets booted out of the garden. Father comes and says, what are you two doing? Yeah, I'm going to boot you out. I told you. I warned you. But you have to understand, it was only a transgression because Father knew exactly what they were going to do. Don't you parents know what your kids are going to do? Yeah, you really do. You might not know exactly, but you have a darn good idea of what they're going to do when they go out at night. And that's the reason you warn them to come in early. Don't stay after the witching hour, right? Yeah. So anyway, man and woman gets booted out of the garden. Now what are they going to do? They got to provide for themselves. They've got to have food because the berries are no longer provided for them. Death had entered the picture. Briars. Yeah, they had to walk careful where they walked. They needed shoes. They needed clothes. Because they looked, oh, woman. You look different than me. Ooh, woman, you look kind of nice. You've never said that to me, said woman. Well, yeah, you kind of look nice. Anyway, as time went by, let's give them a couple hundred years. They got to know each other a little too well, and they ended up having a little baby boy. Okay, now you thought Guy was gone. He'd done his dastardly work. Guy had not left the premises. Okay? He was still hanging around in the dressing room. That's right. But little baby boy had been born to man and woman. Things are getting complicated. We're going to zip along on the big zip line. Zoom! Let's add another 25 years here. We've got 5 or 6 more children have been born to man and woman. Names were getting complicated. So they had to do something. Man came to woman one day and say, "Woman, I think we need a family council." Well, what's a family council, man? A family council is where I'm the president, you're the vice president. Oh, hold it right there, woman says. Why can't I be the president? Well, because I've been talking to Father. Oh, so you've been talking to Father. Well, yeah, I no longer can see him. He's still there, but he took me out. I can't see him anymore. And he doesn't talk to me as freely as I used to. I have to, in fact, I need to talk to you about prayer. We need to start praying together. Said woman. Back to this family council. Now, what do I get out of this family council, man? Okay, let me tell you how Father told me. We would have a president, which would be me, because I'm the man. And you would be vice president because you're the woman. Because you came from my rib. And I am missing a rib because of you. I am lopsided. Can you ever notice how I walked? Okay, and now I have pain right here. A pain from the rib that you took from my body. Oh, so that's what it's all about. So you get to dominate me because you gave me part of your rib, one of your ribs, so I could live. Well, yes, but I'm not holding that against you because that was Father's decision. That wasn't mine. I wanted you around. Woman, we will be equal partners in this family council. We each have one vote. And as our children get 18 years old, they will each have one vote. That is how we have a family council. We will all vote for decisions we have to make. Well, that sounds like okay. Now, your job, woman, is to have children and to help out when you can. You like washing our clothes, which we have to have now, and maybe bottling fruit and putting food away, storing it and processing it for when we don't have, when the snows come, which we never had in the garden, and when it gets cold and there's no rain, which never happened in the garden because everything was given to us, was free. We now have to work. I know. See my fingernails? They're breaking off. Work. Yes, we have to work. And because death came into the world, I have to take my sharpened stick and go get myself a pig so I can bring it back and make us some shoes and make some pork chops for us to dinner for tonight. Yes, man, I'm getting to understand. We both have responsibilities in this. And we have 6 wonderful responsibilities. Our children, we have to teach them, just like Father has taught us. Yes, woman, I am so glad that you are understanding. So, let's think of a name. Woman, what kind of name would you like? Woman thought. How about Jane? Jane sounds like a good name. I like Jane. So why did you choose Jane? Because somewhere, way, way, way long time ago, I saw a book. It's how we learned how to read, was out of this book. It was just a little book, little tiny book. But it was Dick and Jane. Dick and Jane were in this book. They taught people how to read. I thought that book could be made. We could make that book and help teach our children how to read. And it wouldn't hurt for us to learn how to read also. So, man, what name would you like? Well, I think you've already been thinking of a name for me. Oh, I wouldn't do that, man. No, I wouldn't be doing that. And I think you want Dick for my name. Well, it does have a nice ring, and it is a title of a book, Dick and Jane. Doesn't it just sound good? Yes, Jane, that's going to be hard to get used to. Jane, it's been years and I've called you woman. Yes, Dick, yes, I almost slipped and called you man. Okay. So, what should we name our first child? What if we called him George? George. Again, Jane speaks up and says, yeah, I remember something. George, George, George of the jungle, friends of you and me. Once in my mind, that was a cartoon. Well, what's a cartoon, woman? I'm Jane, remember? I know, I keep forgetting. It's going to take a while. It's not like the old days when we had no problems, no responsibility, no death, no hurt, no pain, no joy. So, and as we get older, our memories don't serve us as well. So yes, George, I like that, Jane. George, George, George of the jungle, friends of you and me, yeah! I like that. So here we are with George, George of the jungle, friends of you and me, as the firstborn son, and Jane, the first woman ever on the earth. Did you catch that? First woman? Yeah. And man, which changed his name to, see how memory serves you? It kind of goes, Dick. Yeah, Dick. Memory. That's what happens, when you get older. And Dick and Jane are starting to get older. And their body is mortal and it doesn't function like it used to. A little bit of weight, a little bit of wrinkles. And anyway, they didn't have dentists in those days. So they had to try to, and they didn't even have internet to tell them how to eat properly. And they didn't have government people that told them how they should eat. That they need to cut down on their sugar pops. They didn't even have pop. So they hadn't got to that point yet. But boy, were they going to be surprised as time goes by. But they were the good guys. And Guy is the bad guy. And he's still hiding in the back room. And he still sneaks out. And he tempts you. And he gets you to do things that are bad. Like hurt people. Like pull that pesky gun out. And shoot somebody. Hold it. Stick. Pointed stick. Yeah, pointed stick. Yeah, pointed stick works. Gun. Yeah, gun works. Huh. Hammer. Maxwell and his silver hammer came down. No, I think I got a little wrong there. Anyway, hope you all have a good day. Remember, we have responsibility in this world. We have to work. Let me get rid of this book. I'm not the bad guy. I don't want to be a bad guy. Can I put on a good guy hat? Yeah, I'll put on a good guy hat. Man lives on this earth. Whether we like it or not, we have to work. Whether we like it or not, things aren't free, even though people say they're free. And remember, there are good people and there are bad people. And there's people all in between. And it's not like the days of old when the good guy came riding into town, keeping his guns in his holsters, because only bad guys pull the gun out of their holster to hurt somebody. Good guys pull them out, protect their families, their children, and their freedoms. Bad guy. Selfishness. Control. Yeah. Protection. Families. Freedom. Think of that. Anyway, till next week. Glad you spent some time with me. I'm Steve Allen. I'm gone for another week. See you next week. Bye. I'm gone.